Wowzers indeed. Hello, Gabriel. How's it going? I feel like any second this chair is going to collapse. I'm very nervous about that. Oh my goodness. Gabriel, thank you. Thank you so much. Did you? Thank you so much. I appreciate that immensely. You are the first person in honestly quite a while who is giving me some bits. Thank you. You're special now. Boop. Do really appreciate it. Yeah, sleep is stupid. It was invented by corporations in the 80s to sell, beds and mattresses and tea. Bon Grace, hello, hello. What is up? What is up is I am up. Up. I am in the land of the awake. Welcome to the stream. Exactly. All you needed was a couch every once in a while and you were perfectly okay. Recliners are awesome, by the way. I love recliners. Or a tree. You sleep on a branch. On gate. So, Bon, tell us a little bit about yourself. Yeah. I sleep curled in a ball. Exactly. That's all you need. Ah. So, we're gonna do some writing today, but we'll do it in a minute. Just hang. I usually like to start these by just hanging out, talking for a minute, get my head in the right area. We got all the time in the world, Gabriel. It's not like I have anything to do tomorrow. I finally got some notes back on my story, so I can officially start working on it again. I do have a bunch of pencils in a bag, Gabriel. I mean, this pencil. Ah, yeah. Sure, I'll put them in a bag. Woo. That's in a bag. Pencils, you have to put them in a bag. They've been bagged. Ah. That's the way to do it, Gabriel. That's the way to do it. Or my trick of just asking people for pencils. It's like, why ever buy pencils? Just ask somebody for a pencil. You'll have a ton by the end of the day. People have a lot of pencils and they don't really care. Oh my god, Gabriel. Thank you so much. Gabriel's my favorite now, by the way. It's been declared Gabriel's the favorite. Yes. I can do that. I'm very capable of doing that. Delicious water. I'm enjoying it so much. Oh, look at all the water I'm drinking. Yeah, look at it. Look at all the water I'm deliciously drinking. I was trying to figure out what I want to do with my story now. I mean, it is mineral water, but it's mineral water I'm drinking, but you know, it's really good to drink mineral water, Gabriel, because it makes you burp, and that's really appealing to see on screen is somebody burping. People really like it when you do that. I did have a tiny bit of wine today, so I'm buzzed, I'm knackered, I'm thoroughly I don't know. I had like half a glass of wine today, and it's like, yeah, I'm totally like buzzed, you know? I drink so rarely in my life. I, it's funny. You had wine. You had wine. It counts as a salad. It has one of the ingredients of salad in a different form. Is that a reference to something, or did you just make that up? Either or, it's funny. Damn it, no. Good. Okay, no, that's good. It's technically a salad. Listen, Gabriel, if you eat the components of a salad in different things, it's fine. Skittles, salad. Skittles is salad because Skittles has lemon, lime, strawberry. That's salad. Dot. Gummy bears, also salad. Most things are salad when you really think about it. Because what even is a salad? Have we thought about that? Have we thought about what even is art? I don't think we have, Gabriel. I don't think we have. Exactly. Unstrapped. Unstrapped. You know what it is. The gummy world is much like Arrakis of Dune, and the worms are like towering, like 100 feet, 1,000 foot long things that eat entire civilizations. That's what's going on. Nobody really talks about this, but Gummies is one of the most loyal adaptations of Dune ever in candy form. I see it, yes. Peluche. Peluche. Yes, hopeless does have the word P in it. So when everything is hopeless, P, I guess. What the fuck? Oh, god damn it! What? Thanks for fucking me. Sorry about this. For some reason, OBS just disconnected. Give it a second. Thanks, OBS. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Can you see me again? There we go. Thanks, OBS. Really appreciate that. Had people in the room and everything. Oh, and thank you very much for 10 more bits. I very appreciate that. Had people in the room and everything. It's good. It's good that this happens. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. With the way you're throwing around money, Gabriel, we should be calling you Gabriel Rockefeller. Okay. Okay. Recently. Wow, look at all those big butts swinging. Look at all of them, Gabriel. Look at all of them. Nobody can dance like Hat Kid. I don't even know who Hat Kid is, but I assume he's an excellent dancer. I'm just at the moment right now. I'm just addressing all the easy notes. Yeah. Oh, I know Hat in Time. Yes. Mastered. I remember a Hat in Time. It was there was a hat and some time, and they played, and they were connected in many ways. Look at that smug dance. Your dancing is far too smug. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I see. Probably gonna do a pretty significant rewrite of this chapter, but. So, playing any new games lately, Gabriel? Are you playing the new Yakuza game? The Yakuza, it's the pirate one. I'm very amused by a fact of that game. Yakuza is a game thing. I hate the word franchise, but it's something I've been meaning to get into. It kind of looks up at my alley. I just haven't. Do you follow wrestling at all? I'm probably pretty bad too, honestly. Samoa Joe. My favorite thing in the new Yakuza game is randomly. Okay, so this is the main villain of the game, David Law. I don't know what's for.
To yourself for the sake of a girl. Most places in the world, people would clap for that. We ain't in most places.
So this is what's so funny is that this is literally just a wrestler by the name of Samoa Joe, and it's voiced by him too. It's voiced by him, and it's just for some reason they put him. He's just a character in the game. It's very fun. Love that move. Yeah, it looks like they finally. I've been burned on WWE games before just because it's. Oh, the new one is out? Gabriel, do you know who. For some reason, Gabriel, I think you would be particularly fascinated by one of the more newer wrestlers that have popped up. Okay. Yep. This chapter needs a lot of reworking, but truth be told, I'm kind of tired right now. Cat crime. I like it. Cats should commit more crime in stories. They're already little criminals. Because they stolen my hearts. I keep numerous perfectly preserved hearts in my basement, and a bunch of cats came in there yesterday and stole it. Undertaker is pretty cool. I figured your favorite may be Rhea Ripley, but yes, Undertaker is very cool. My favorite wrestler, I'm trying to think, because I now know a lot about wrestling and I'm very into it at all. So maybe Ricky Steamboat is my favorite. Or I was trying to make a list in my head a few years ago about my favorite wrestlers. It's like Ricky Steamboat, Bull Nakano. Who else? Samoa Joe. I'll put Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio. Do you know who Bull Nakano is? Have you ever seen Bull? God, WWE gets so mad on the show things, but I won't play sound. But screw it, let's play sound. I always love. I always love Bull's look. Oh yeah, I love it, man. Oh wait. Oh, I'm stupid. I didn't change it over. I'm done, man. Yeah, thanks for bumming me out. Because you just reminded me about Owen. Ugh, I love Owen. I love Owen Hart so much. Ugh, what a terrible event. Okay, I know the quality is shitty, but it's a little shitty, but this is her up here. This is her up here. Watch what she does. Ah! No, not playing another person's YouTube video. Okay. Right? Yeah, it's fucking amazing. From the top of the steel cage. But the thing is, she gets up. Glorious! I will succeed! I will succeed! Glorious! Really? Oh, you came in just as a bot. You came in just as a sales bot came in. That's why I think you came in just as a sales bot came in. Oh, it changed. Yeah, it always changes color. It's different colors for everybody. Never for me is blue, and you're orange. Glorious. Yes. Yeah. They are. Yeah, I am up very late. It's fine. I'm just I'm just vibing right now. We'll get to some writing in a minute. I'm just looking over some wrestling. Just talking about some ideas. I got my notes back on. I badgered enough people to give me some notes on my story that I feel like confident I can go forward with rewrites. Gabriel, I'm certain you're gonna like her. Generally positive. It's mostly like most of the notes were, it was generally positive, and no, they didn't totally suck. We'll see. I'll open it up to a larger round of people next round, but so we'll see. But generally, it was like clerical thing, not clerical. It's like some of the geography wasn't clear. Some stuff wasn't described as much as it should be. There were some concepts in my head. Great book. There were like some concepts in my head that were very clear, but I didn't explain them well enough in text. Hey, 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 hey. Don't think that. Remember, Hemingway was like a professional writer from like the time he was like 17. He had a lot of time to get better at it. Well, remember, Hemingway was like a reporter for many years. He was a his whole life he was paid to write for many years. What are you talking about? The posture's great. Um, yeah. Yes, he was a soldier, but he was also a reporter. He was also a reporter for many years. That's why he was in Spain in the first place. Is he was covering the Spanish American War, not the Spanish American, the Spanish Civil War. Probably, yeah. I don't know. I haven't read that far in, but I imagine for someone that volatile of personality, a personality who drank so heavily that there's a high probability that he did. Yeah. Us. Yeah. Before we, yes, yeah, he was a very interesting guy. I didn't. I know his. Is it his granddaughters who were actors for a while? Margot Hemingway. Anyways, um, well, there was stuff that just wasn't. One of my big problems is as a writer that like I'll assume something is very clear and then I won't go into as much detail about it as I probably should. And people who read it will be like, I have no idea what's going on, and I'm like, oh, I have to actually sit there and explain that. But I'm never, I'm always, I'm, you know, I get very in my head about over explaining things, so I under explain things at times. So that's usually an issue of mine. And then my other issue is I'm a little weak at geography of scenes at times. So like I won't explain totally what's going on in the geography of it, which needs to be reformed. Um, but besides that, a lot of good notices. The characters, people really like the characters. People really like the setup. People find the world interesting. Um, the main character, everybody says, is likable. So that's always a goal of mine, is to make the main character likable. I mean, I think especially in like fantasy stories, like I'm doing, you have to if the main character isn't likable, you're in a lot of trouble. I do believe there are certain things of like, there's certain stories where if the character is a bastard, that's not really that big of a problem. Yeah. A little wrench has been thrown into that in that Dimension 20 has uh, has launched a podcast with my exact premise, but I think there's room big enough for both of us. So I'm a little that was a little bit of a shocker when I found that out, that they were doing a wrestling fantasy themed podcast. But what can you do with actual WWE wrestlers? So once again, Brandon Lee Moyant is my arch nemesis. Yeah. Well, never, in my opinion. From what I understand, I've made it a very firm decision that I will not listen to that podcast until I will not listen or watch that show until after. So I don't want to be influenced at all by it. So I'm going to avoid everything I can, learning everything I can about it. But from what I understand of the plot of what they're doing, mine is quite a bit different. And that mine is actually kind of about what if. With the big thing is like in wrestling parlance. Never, mine is a work. My story, my in wrestling in my world is a work. It's predetermined. Whereas, yeah, I love the art. Man, that shit. I had already known that story beforehand. I knew that story. I had known about the Von Erichs for a long time before that. Shit made me cry still when I saw that. I was so heartbroken. And the fact that they had to, in fact, I'm sure, because this comes up in every conversation about it. The fact that they had to actually cut stuff out because it would be just considered too sad. Like there was a whole nother brother that they had to cut out just because of how like hard it would be to tell that much. Yeah. Well, you're always on the road with each other usually. Like if they're part of, yeah. That's always one of those fascinating things. Like a lot of wrestlers have been in it, like have had family in it for like decades. Like the current WWE champion, you probably, if you know this, you know this, but is a guy named Cody Rhodes, and his father Dusty Rhodes was like a mainstay wrestling champion for decades back in the 70s and 80s. And yeah, and he's not the only one. So many guys have that's their story, is like their parents were in wrestling. Like even the McMahons go back about 100 a couple hundred years, in not a couple hundred years, about 3 generations. It's because Vince's grandfather started the WWE. What would be, yeah, Yeah, it's something that just it's something that it's a very closed world for a lot of it. Yeah, yeah. I do think it's funny, like with Triple H. It's very much kind of how like royal lineages go. Like the guy who married his daughter is the one who took over, which is how that's like how a lot of monarchies would pass to different houses. It's like the son-in-law takes over. So it's like, yeah, yeah. Well, never. You kind of figured out where sort of this inspiration for this idea came from. Is that it in fact does feel very fantasy like the way wrestling works. Like the Levesque, like you could say like the House of Levesque took over from the House of McMahon, because Triple H is having his daughters. Because Triple H has already said, "Oh yeah, my daughters are in wrestling, are training to be pro wrestlers," and I'm like, "Of course, Triple H." Yeah, like no fucking way. The Levesque Levesque McMahon daughters are not going to be trained as wrestlers. Like, there's no way in hell that's not going to happen. Like Triple H is really cool right now. Like everybody likes him, and I think justifiably, like Triple H is getting very good notes for his skills as a booker. I but I what's gonna happen when his daughters when his daughters enter the ring? I don't know. You think H is gonna be able to resist putting the belts on them? Is Hunter going to be able to totally resist that? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, The Rock is great right now. Just him being the yeah. It does. I mean, it's a good storyline if they come in as like heels. If they come in as like heels who like demand to be elevated to their who demand to be elevated to the level of champions just because of who their family is. That's not a bad storyline. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Now that the clique is very firmly in charge of the WWE, we'll see. But I don't know. It is fun just because it really does. It's like I talked about like Cody's run for the belt is like a really good story. Like it's a really great story and it's like, well, it couldn't be better plotted if they had figured it out beforehand. But and the fact because it's fascinating because it's like the big fight in a lot of ways right now is kind of a proxy war between like the old guard and the new guard, which is really fun. Anyways, it's good storytelling. WWE's in a good spot at the moment. We'll see what happens. This is always a thing, you know. This is always a thing with, you know, they're in good spots right now. Will they be in good spots in a couple of years? Who knows? Well, I mean, we got the Steiners because we got Braun Breaker and then Scott's son. Is it Brock? I think it's Brock is currently training at the moment. So yeah, let's just make it the '80s again. I guess I don't know. It was a good time. Uh, do you think? Anyways, I have a theory that there might be there they might be on the verge of doing something very big. Um, but we'll see. That might be a storyline for later, though. But there seems to be the fact that the new WWE game has made something happen. I'm growing to suspect. I've got Twitter. Trust me. I've got ideas for days. Trust me. I got idea. This is it. On here, I mean, I've got like 10 people who are excited for it, but they're all my friends, so they would have been excited for it anyways. Trust me, I have ideas for days with these sorts of things. This is just, it's kind of like, the best way to describe it, trust me, I have ideas for days with this story. Right now, it's best to kind of think of this, by the way, never as like a pilot episode for a TV show. You know what I mean? This is kind of about setting up the stories, setting everything up. Banana Hornets, I trust them more. Okay. Well, never. I'm planning for this to be a series of books, so. A series of books, so I need to make sure to set up what's going to happen and how the world works. So this is the first book in a series of books that will come. So it's a little, yeah, okay, I like it. Yeah, there should be spin-off restaurants. Okay. Go get a long day. Oh, I write every day. What is today? Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Oh, yay! That's awesome. Keanu Reeves is coming back for John Wick 5 and there's going to be an animated prequel film, and yeah, they were talking about this. Donnie Yen is going to direct a spin-off featuring his character. That's cool. Well, that's good because Reeves. Reeves had said previously that he might be getting just too old to do the physicality that required of a John Wick movie. Very cool. Right. Okay, Sean. Okay. Okay. Okay, Sean. Yeah, people are exhausted. Cory Booker's probably going to be the next president, right? Okay, sure. Let's get some work done. All you need is smile. Smile. Okay. Oh my god, Grimace in Minecraft. So cool. He's so hip, he's so sexy. Okay. No, that's bad writing. Beep. One second. I'm just gonna get some more water. I like dancing to songs you can't hear.
On his day,
I don't understand that part. She was. She was missing a lot of contacts. There's a lot of contacts. I don't know. Yes. Oh, go June. Come on, Lily. No. I did. She was missing a lot of context on this girl. I'm just tired. Yes, tired. Okay, I think I have got the energy to keep going on. Yeah, let's. No, I want to get to an hour and a half, 90 minutes. I usually try to at least aim for about 90 minutes. Not today though. Okay, I'm tired. Night, everybody. By the way,